Hello everybody, it's Mary with Stamps-N-Lingers, and I apologize. I actually started trying to get into YouTube at 10 minutes to 1, and I thought I was there, and I pushed the go live button and it said cannot stream, so had to start over. My apologies. Let me just double check that I'm actually going out on the interwebs and not just thinking I am. Oh, that looks better than it did a few minutes ago, so that's a good thing. I don't know, YouTube and I thought I had it licked last week, but I was wrong. All right, so here we go. Hey, Rosie, appreciate you coming. Here's our card for today, and this uses a set that I had not inked up before. This is the Sea Turtle set, and it's kind of fun. Hey, Marva. It's a fun set. It's what we call, in the Stampin' Up! Industry, a reversible stamp set. So what that means is each of the images, you can stamp a detailed image on one side of the stamp, and then you can clean it and turn it over and use the other side as the fill. And so that's actually kind of handy. And I'm going to show you how fun it is as well. Hey, Faith. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Ann. I know. And I'm starting to feel like when my mom goes, I'm just too old to get this stuff anymore. So it's a little depressing. Anyway, here's my card, and I've got 3 little turtles swimming undersea. I've used a little bit of the By the Bay DSP back here that I've stamped on with some of the images in Sea Turtle to make an undersea scene. And then because it's image only, I pulled out the Happy Label stamp set to get a couple of sentiments. And I thought it would be fun to have a couple of little grasses from the Seaside Bay. And deckled rectangles gives me my card front. So let's get going. All of this will be on my blog tomorrow. Frosty Middle Tennessee, eh, Pat? Yeah, it looks like the middle of the country is getting kind of whipped. A friend of mine is actually driving from Georgia to St. Louis today. I don't know. That maybe isn't the best plan, but okay, whatever. She's young. She's immortal. That'll be fine. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. And I have a piece of thick basic white cardstock for my card front. And then I took 2 different pieces that coordinate very closely from the By the Bay DSP. Remember, this is a 6x6. You can see what was on the other side. And this is actually going to be my inner liner, so I'm going to set that aside. We'll keep this to stamp some things on and my envelope. And then here's my card front. Now, first we're going to create our undersea scene. And I'm using Sahara Sand, Shaded Spruce, Mint Macaron, Balmy Blue, and Coastal Cabana. Because why not? I've got all of those things. Why wouldn't I use them? And I'm going to put this out of the way before I do something goofy. Gerald, Texas. Yeah, a friend of mine lives in Austin, and she sent me a picture of several large tree branches, which were borderline trees, down on her roof. So y'all stay safe, please. All right, now this is the bubble/sand. Not really sure. I'm using it as bubbles. And I have the detailed side going to do the stamping. So I'm going to ink that in Coastal Cabana and stamp it off once, and then I'm going to stamp it a few times on the DSP. I like stamping on DSP. It's kind of fun, you know what I mean? We're just going to do a couple here and there. That wasn't as random as I wanted because I didn't get my stamp inked up all the way. So we'll do one more like that, and then maybe we'll do another one near the top. I originally started this in plain, straight up Coastal Cabana, and it was just too intense. Too intense. Thanks, Debbie. I appreciate that. Thank you, Linda. And let's see. I'm going to tell you what. I didn't think it was going to be... I mean, it's like fishes, right? It's just fish. But this little fish image, this little stamp set right here, it just makes me happy looking at it. I think those are... I'm going to go with those are angelfish. And what's fun about them is you can turn the stamp this way and they swim that direction. And then you can turn the stamp this way and they swim that direction. So I had some fun, and I am stamping these in Balmy Blue, kind of here and there, like so. And you know what? I'm like not even really worrying about whether it's going to get covered up. I just don't care. That just doesn't, it doesn't bother me one way or the other if it gets covered up, because it's kind of a collage-y sort of thing, right? Alrighty. And let's see, we should probably have some grass. Now, the grass image is not the same as the others. One thing is not the same as the others. On these images, when you turn them over, so when I have the detailed turtle up, I stamp him, and then when I turn him the other direction, it's the same exact shape, okay? The grasses, on the other hand, the grass image, it doesn't do that. When you turn it wrong side down or upside right, whichever you prefer, it becomes opposite. And so you have the option of stamping some not detailed ones, but I didn't care for those, and so I didn't. So I am going to ink this in Shaded Spruce, and I'm going to stamp off once, and then we're just going to put these a few times across the bottom. Like that. And I think I will put one or two in that are regular. And maybe do a couple where I'm just re-inking, stamping without re-inking. So we got some grass going across there. Here, we'll put a grass right there, and we'll put a grass right there. Okay, that's all the grass. That's all the grass. Now, just because it's fun, yay, Judy, glad that you're starting to thaw out. Yes, Debbie, absolutely try stamping on DSP. It's very fun. Now, I don't actually know whether starfish would be like up off of ground, but they are in my world, so I'm going to stamp this cute starfish a few times just because he's cute. I really like how cute he is. Just a few times just to add a little. It's more just like a nautical flair, right? Okay, now let me just double check. I've used the starfish. I've used the grass. I've used the fishes in the sea. Okay, good. That is all I'm going to do with that. So we're going to adhere that to the front of my card base. And I'm going to make double, triple, quadruple sure that I am going right side up. So I'm going to do that in with a little bit of Stampin' Seal. You could use liquid glue if that's how you want to go. I'm just proving how versatile I am. I can use liquid glue or Stampin' Seal. But I'm just telling you, when you're using Stampin' Seal, you need to make sure it's where you want it, because it's going to be there. All right. And that looks pretty straight. There we go. All right. Now, I'm going to make one turtle, and you'll be glad to know I have actually already stamped and cut out two others, but I wanted 3, and so I'm going to just show you how cool this works, how coolly this works. We're going to stamp first the detailed image in Shaded Spruce on a piece of basic white, and then you always want to be able to clean your stamp. I mean, you don't have to make the stamp work, but it'll really help you keep the inky fingers at bay. Just throwing that out there. And then let's see, we're going to do the second part, the flat surface. So you saw what I did. I just turned the stamp over on the block like that. And we're going to stamp this in mint macaron. And it's really pretty easy to line up. Do stamp your darker one first. All right. Now, I did get a little bit out of because I was trying to do it without pulling it back to me all the way. But since we're going to fussy cut that, it's going to be just fine. I decided to do a hard fussy cut, which means not like a die cut. So in Mary's world, when I say a die cut fussy, it's where I would leave a white border like that, as if it had gone through the die cutting machine. Okay, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to do a hard cut, a close cut, which means no white border. So really all I'm doing is I am outlining this image. Good opportunity to practice your fussy cutting skills. I know you can say it now because I say it almost every time I do it. You'll see I have the paper towards the back of the scissors, back here, not up here at the tip. And when I get ready to make this corner turn, I'm going to turn the paper with the hand holding the paper and keep my scissors straight. So I'm turning the paper, not the skizzas, okay? And the same here as we go around this corner. And if y'all are left-handed, I am sorry, but I cannot help you. I have no way of making that connection because I feel pretty confident this would be like trying to put my mascara on with my left hand, which actually I did learn to do, but you know, I know, silly old Phil. I don't know what he was thinking this morning. I was actually a little surprised that today is Groundhog Day. Can you even believe it's already February? I mean, my goodness. You know, that means that we're like halfway through, well, not like halfway, we are halfway through Celebration. And I think it was really cool that they added us some new Celebration goodies, including a couple of really nice embossing folders, Into the Clouds and the Hive 3D folder, which I really love. So you can get those now with a $50 order, and you can get some Enjoy the Journey DSP too. That's 12 by 12 DSP that you can get for free. And you can get the Eden's Garden bundle. You can get the whole bundle for free with a $100 order. I mean, a stamp and die set bundle for free? Yeah, hello. Okay, pretty straightforward fussy cut right there. And now I will show you what else I have. Good for you. I'm glad, Faith. All I was really meaning was I couldn't tell you any tips, but I'm assuming it would just be opposite. All right, I've done a little fussy cutting. No, die cutting. And these are the grasses in the By the Bay DSP. And I've used the textured shimmer paper in Balmy Blue and Shaded Spruce and cut a few of those. And then I have my 3 Toitles, all in Shaded Spruce and Mint Macaron. And then I have a Stitched Shapes die that I've cut out of basic white. And I am going to stamp a thank you in the middle of it in Shaded Spruce. Let me get a little more ink on that. That didn't look good. And that was really, really too stark for me. So I pulled my stamps back out. And I'm going to put a little bit of that bubble image on there in the Stamped Off Once Calypso Coral. Like so. And then some more fishes. More fishes! Bring on the fishes. There we go. All right, now. Yep, Sandra, you definitely need to check it out because, yeah, new stuff. All right, now we're going to put our Sentimente right in the middle. And I'll go ahead and use some liquid glue here. And we're going to put this in the, you know, that just looks, why is that looking crooked? Does that look crooked to you guys? Or is it just my eyeballs? I'm going to pretend it's straight. Let's go with that. But I do see that I have managed to put a little bit of, you see, I am the person who should never, ever, ever wear a white t-shirt. I got a smudge of Shaded Spruce there. Okay, now we're fixed. All right. Now, we're going to layer our turtles. We're going to put one turtle. He's going to be flying out up here. Then a couple of turtles are going to be down here, like this. And they're going to have some grasses around them. So let's get them dimensionalized so that they look like they're swimming because they're so stinking cute. Oh, Cindy, keep trying, keep practicing. Fussy cutting is definitely an acquired skill, and it's such a good one to have. You just never know when you're going to want to fussy cut something like turtles. Like turtles. Okay, I'm just dimensionalizing these guys. And here we go. I'm going to put this guy up here. And let's take one of these little shaded spruce grass peoples, and we're going to add it up here with a little bit of liquid glue. But we're going to have to pick him up a little bit because I got my dimensional too close to where I wanted to put my grass. So just pick him up a little bit, gently, gently. Easy trigger. You can do it. There we go. Now that he's up, I can slide him that down in there. There we go. I just don't want it sticking up the top, over the top of the, up above here, up above there, like that. There we go. That'll be fine right like that. Now, I'm going to take one thing about this, I did notice when I was cutting these that a lot of times it really is very obvious if you've put the die on upside down, but I don't think this is, and so I can turn this and do it upside down, which means I can make a grass go the other direction, which is fun. And we'll do a large balmy blue. Grass can be balmy blue. Don't say it can't. Don't try to tell me it can't, because it could, it can, it could. And we'll put another one of these guys. I just think these guys are so cute. Little turtle people, swimming and swimming. They're just a-swimming in the sea. And I didn't cut enough little ones. Oh well, we'll make this one balmy blue. That'll be fine. Well, we were going to have him anyway. I'm going to cut another one. I'm going to cut another grass, okay? Just a minute. I'm cutting another grass because I really, really need another grass. And I'm going to cut a little grass. The grass dies are from Seaside Bay, which is in the Seaside Bay bundle. And I'm going to cut another small one out of the shaded spruce fine shimmer, or texture shimmer. Just a one second while I do that off the camera. Alright. Apparently my counting and accounting of what I had was not very good. Alright. Alright, now I have one more. That's good, because I was actually short one. Alright. Or two, right then. And we're going to put him like so. And then we'll put the last turtle. Yes, I am pretty certain that there's maybe not balmy blue grass, but there could be down in the depths where there's not a lot of sunlight. Go with me on it. Just go with me on that. And we'll put him right about there. Making sure he doesn't extend past the bottom. Very important. Top and bottom. Keep your margins clear. Now for this one, I'm just going to put some liquid glue right on the bottom. And I'm going to tuck it right under like that so that it's adhered on the bottom, but that other guy is swimming through it. Okay, and there we go. So now I'm going to add a few iridescent pearls. And by a few, I mean kind of a lot, because they're cute and they look kind of like bubbles. Tiny bubbles in the sea. Tiny bubbles, that's all the words I know. But I think they're pretty and they look like shiny bubbles in the sea. There we go, in the Philippines. See, I've never been to the Philippines. And one never knows what one might see on a reef, right? It could happen. I feel like Bob Ross right now. It's your little tiny ocean. You can have it look like however you want. And then I think we want one. I'm going to put one right on that, like that. And then I'm going to put another one right over here like this. Come on now. There we go. All right, and there is our card front. Cute, right? Okay, now for the inside, we're going to use that larger deckled die cut, and it's just a slightly different design in the By the Bay DSP, but it coordinates perfectly. And I did do a test. This is plenty light enough to write on, so you don't even have to worry that you are making it so that nobody can write on it. Because you can totally write. Thank you, Donna. All right, I'm going to stamp a second Happy Labels sentiment in Shaded Spruce. Right in the middle. I'm going to bring this back here just a little bit. All right. And I'm not kidding, man. I love making these turtles. So I'm going to make some turtles, some more turtles. The only trick with this is you do need to double check that you've got the correct side available for stamping. Let's do that here in just a second. I'll do some others. Do my water and whatnots. My water and whatnots. Okay. So we're going to do some Coastal Cabana stamped off once down across the bottom. And we'll do some fishes. Oh, fishes. Ooh, scuba diving in the Philippines. That sounds pretty wonderful. Except for how I didn't care for scuba diving when I was in Hawaii. I got a little panicky. I cannot lie. I got a little panicky. Like a lot of panicky. Hey, Carol. Appreciate you coming. All right. Now we'll go ahead and stamp a few turtles. And by a few, I mean a few. I'm going to put one little guy right here. I'm going to put one little guy coming into the scene from down here. And then another guy up here departing the fix. All right. And then we're going to clean him off. Now, if I was really efficient, I would pull out my envelope flap, but I'm not going to. Because I'm excited to show you what we're doing over there. Okay. And flipping and flopping. And don't worry about it because I promise you, you will stamp a color on the side that you didn't mean to stamp at some point. I promise. It'll happen. It will happen. Okay, and there's our mint macaron fill there. Now you could obviously color this guy with your blends or whatever, but this is so darn handy. It's just so darn handy to be able to do that. Okay. We'll close that up. Hawaii is cold. It was a little chilly. The water was chilly. They gave us those little wetsuit jacket thingies, but it was still cold. I'm not gonna kid you. It wasn't like balmy, but it was cool. It was just fun. We just snorkeled. We didn't scuba dive. We snorkeled. Wayne and I tried this snorkeling or the scuba diving class in the pool at the hotel. And Wayne had a great time, and Amy's husband and he went scuba diving before we left. They went out to the turtle place off of the coast there in Maui before we got over to Kauai, and they had a really good time. But I couldn't handle it. It was not for me. Okay, so there's the inside. So we have our card done, and we're going to make our envelope. And we're going to create another couple of scenes. Let me keep that out for a second. Let's see. We need our Coastal Cabana. Come back here. Thank you, Marva. I appreciate it. Yes, Donna, as much as you like under the water, under the sea, I think you do need this set. All right, so for our envelope, we're going to just stamp some bubbles across the bottom. Now look here. I am also going to stamp the piece of DSP that I am using for my envelope flap. Okay? Because I can. Also because I was just really having too much fun. I'm stamping underwater scenes and turtles. All right. I think we can put Coastal Cabana away for just a second and we'll get our fishes going. You can't have too many fishes. That's my theory. Do you know why? Because there's a lot of fish in the sea. Oh no, I'm really killing myself. My ability to make a joke, even when it isn't really funny, is, well, it's uncanny, I'm just saying. I love how they kind of go together like a school of fishes. It's so cool. It's just so cool. Okay, and then again, some more on our envelope. I think I'm going to make them go the other direction. I'm all clever and stuff like that. And then they're going to dive out of the picture down here. There we go. And then, of course, we need to stamp some more turtles because I'm still having fun with them. I'm still having fun. And, of course, there's also the giant turtle, the big turtle that you could do. He would be one heck of a nice focal point. But we're not going to use him. Okay, now, before I flip it, let me show you what I'm doing. So this is our DSP for our envelope flap, right? This is the top. It's going to go across. I know I have an envelope here somewhere. Just a second. Oh, yeah, there. No. Here we go. Okay. So it's going to go across the top like this. So before you put it on, we're going to stamp a little turtle coming across the top of the DSP. All right, now we'll clean up here. Thank you, Donna. I felt kind of dumb, really, but I just, whew. They even tried to do these game things with us, you know, where you sit down on the bottom of the pool. Even in the shallow end, you sit on the bottom of the pool and you throw a Frisbee back and forth. No. My brain knew it was trying to be tricked into drowning in that pool. So I will tell you that if I lived in Hawaii or somewhere where I could like scuba dive all the time, I might try it again just because my brain really wants to be able to do that. But I don't live there. And I'm darn sure not going to scuba dive in my pond. Just saying. All right, so there's our DSP flap, and then we're going to give this guy his little bit of fill. And do our world's easiest fussy cut. And we'll be done-ske. 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 Alrighty, here we go. A little bit of liquid glue on here. And then the only trick now is be sure you put this on right side up or, you know, wrong side down, whichever you prefer. This set, when I stamped it, it was making me think of those John Weiland pictures, those paintings that are so pretty. I know it's very touristy to love John Weiland paintings, but I really do. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I just really love Maui. Okay, there we go. There we go. And voila. Love, love, love. The sea turtle set, I did delay getting it because I was like, turtles, what the heck? But I love it. I love it, and I would really love it to continue onto a new catalog. All right, guys, I appreciate it. I appreciate you being patient with me having another delay getting in, and I hope I will see you on Saturday. Until then, have a wonderful week and a great start to your weekend. Thanks so much. Ta.